Hi Lola, this is Joe. I just thought the easiest way to give you a report on what I'm seeing on the pity is to talk over the video. So let's see if I can share that. Of course I can't. Hang on a tick. Okay, let's start right from the beginning. Okay, so first thing I'm seeing, what a beautiful animal. We've got that wide front stance, this and her front right foot up. Now, this is just a tad too small, sorry, not too small, too low. It could probably have another one of those yellows to make it better height. And in fact, I'm watching it a couple of times. I actually think an angle here would be great. So if you could put something under that to give it a little bit of an angle, so she could approach it at an angle. What I'm also seeing is, see this right leg not bearing weight, but all the weight going onto the left. Her left, just let me put this on. Yeah, perfect. Her left, let's have a look again. Left ear is further back and has probably more movement in it than the right. She leaves that right leg behind as she goes over to the water. Can you see she walks with relatively flat front feet? And look here again, this. So this time she's got her right fully planted and the left is left behind. Interesting. This station is causing her back legs to go out like that because she can't balance properly because the station's too low. So you could possibly put that up on something higher about this height as well. Oh, did you see that? Let's go back a little bit and actually let's put it on slower. Watch this. Watch those hind legs. She's putting most of the weight on the front legs. As you can see, this leg here is almost on tiptoe. And did you see that knuckling over or that bending over of that leg? Let's go back and just look at that again. That's really interesting. Okay. So she's got all the weight here on her right and the left is up. She's putting a lot of weight on her front legs because it's too low. She's bending over. Now, can you see the muscles in her right contracting because she's putting as much weight on her back right more than her back left. She's also got a lot of movement through her throat. She had to move her front legs into that wide stance again because the station's too low. Now think, look at that swivel on that back left. Oh my gosh, very unstable, that back left leg. So that could be something. Oh, that would be something, I'd imagine. Where are we? Back over here. Okay. Her ears move a lot when she's I don't know whether she's snuffling or licking there. It feels like there could be a lot of food in there. And she does this thing a lot, I've noticed throughout the video. She puts her right paw on or in things, which is just really interesting. Again, all the weight that she does hold on her back is on the right. And there's some real issues going on with that left there. Again, see the flat-footed walk on her front, which is, oh, she just did that weird thing with her back left again. So just watch, keep an eye on that back. Can you see that? There's like a turning in of her back left. And see how she moves it out instead of forward as she goes around. Now this licky mat here, could we turn that over so that she's not having to try so hard? Free work's all about the ease of getting the food. We don't want to make it hard for them. It's not like enrichment, natural, normal, like historical enrichment. And so I turned it over so the flat side was available to her, not as much paste on it, and raise the station as well. This is too low, as you'll see. She has to keep readjusting this at the back. She tends to lick mostly straight or to the right, but she does go left as well. I'm not too concerned about that. See how she's got her paw on that again? That right paw really interests me, how it's got to be on something all the time. You can see the difference in the shape of her ears there as well. This dippy in her back here, wouldn't want to encourage that. So that's why I'm thinking, I love the angle. I love the station. I love it. I just have it up higher. Her toes are really wide as well. But in saying that, I saw another staffy yesterday had really splayed toes as well. It might be a breed thing. These little marks here are interesting. I'd like to, and here I'd like to see if they're on the same on the other side as well. She's got most of her weight on the front. She's got on her right there. It'd be interesting to see what she does when she moves it onto something again. She's got glorious coat, hasn't she? She's just beautiful. Okay. So what I found there was interesting. She's kind of turned her body rather than her neck to get the food, if that makes any sense. Um, is she D-sex bowler? I can't remember whether you told me she's D-sexed or not. I could go look up the email, but I can't remember um, if she's D-sexed or not. Again, look at those ears. You can see the difference. She does turn her head both ways. Her ears crack me up both ways, but doesn't, not a wide range of movement with her neck. See how she kind of moves her body rather than her neck? Also, this pattern here, very different, not symmetrical at all. Her coat pattern there. So that's really interesting. That can be down to irregularities in all or some of her limbs as well. It just kind of means that the skin, the fascia, the muscle under that irregular coat pattern is tight. You can really see it there, the difference. So yeah, turn that one over so she can get to it easier and just not as much food. I just show you back here again. Her left elbow seems to turn out if you watch. Oops, went too far. So just watch her left elbow as she comes past. Can you see that kind of swivel out, like of her elbow just back then? Oh gosh, go back here a sec. Watch her left forelimb as she walks along. She turns it in. And that's what's happening there. She turns it in. That's why her elbow goes out. So just here. See that real turn in of that front left? And there she goes again with that paw up. Again, all the weight is on her right and her left. Just see the difference between how she places her hind legs. And now they're both kind of going east and west. Her tail is pointing to her right, which is the side that's taking most of the weight. And now she kind of has to put a weight on the back because the front feet are up. So I'd be offering her stations that she can do a paw up on or paws up on. So even this station with an added like angle to it, so she could put her paws up but lick up. So I want to see her top line straight. It'd be good to see her top line straight without this dip here, if that makes any sense, this little dip at about oh gosh, I don't know, 5 or 6. That front paws up again. See the twisting of this right here? Twist it in a bit. There is a lot of movement in her throat area. Does she pull on a collar at all? Does she have a choke or a prong or something? Look at the difference in her hind legs there. Look at this left. She's so interesting, Lola. There's definitely something going on for her. And I would, if it was mine, I'd be seeing the vet, perhaps then a physio. See again, all the weight on the right, not the left. See how she's got that dip? What's best for her is to have a top line that's straight. Flat feet walk at the front. I'll send you a little thing on flat feet too. See how she kind of walks kind of hunched at the front, like down with her head right down at the front too. I know she's got her head down, but the way she walks is kind of like, so if we go back here just a little bit, the flat feet are causing her front legs to bow in backwards, like bow in, which causes that kind of down lower in the front movement that she's doing, kind of like a stalking, a fast stalk. So, could it be that what's ever affecting her hind end there is affecting her front end, or is it the flat front feet that are causing the problems in the back end? That's why I mean, I'm not a vet and I'm not a physio, so I don't diagnose, but I can definitely see the inconsistencies going on there. I mean, this dog, I would imagine, is quite uncomfortable. I'm sure you've watched this video before, but um, just again, she's so muscle, isn't she? So much muscle, isn't she? Nice movement through her abdomen, but I still, again, would like to see this higher so she can get rid of that dip. So, even a station that she has to like lift her rib cage up and look into, like look down into or put her head into would be nice for her. It'd give her a good posture. So yeah, moving the body, not the neck, not not moving her neck to access it. And then adopts that really wide stance with front and back legs. See, she sort of throws that left leg out there. Again, look, that one stays out, that one goes where it should be. And her tail very much pointing to the right. And see how she reaches over there? She's kind of like losing like her proprioception here. She's forgetting that she's got some back legs. She's, I mean, dogs do put 60% of their weight on their front end, but, and then look at that right one. Look at that turning in. Oh, this time she's putting her left leg up. So there's a need for her to put her legs up. That's why I'm thinking maybe a step up station with an angle, a step up, then an angled station in front of her might be better for her posture. Now, this is interesting. Look at that. Look at that kind of buckling over of there and all her weight. See, and shaking on that left, all her weight on the right. See that? Really hesitant to put the weight on that left hind. Look at the muscles there. So again, that's good. But if she was had her head at this kind of height at an angle, if that was like an angled station, so she could do that if she wanted to, put a pause up, but have an angle so her head's coming straight onto it, rather than she's up and her head down. Interesting little tail thing happening here. Oops. Bit of a wobble in her right. I'm not surprised. She's had all her weight on it. That water bowl might be just a fraction too tall for her. There goes that right paw up first. Weight on the right. Left is pointing outwards. So is the right now a little bit as well. That's so she can get balance. So interesting. But this time, look, she's put all her weight on her left, and it's her right that she's left behind. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's just her left is so tired from having all the weight on it for this amount of time. See, now she's putting all her weight on her left. Look at that swivel of that left hind there. She's so cute. Yeah, she's changed the way things are now. She's putting more of her weight on her left hind. Not now, though. She's lifted the left off. I think it's a matter of, oh, look at that on her left. I think it's a matter of shifting because one leg gets overtired and the other one has to take it up, take up the weight. So she's back onto weight bearing on her right and not on her left. Look at that shake in that right leg. Oh, cool. Let's see what she does with this. That's a nice straight down. That was nice. But she is leaning to her right slightly. Those ears. It's nice though that she's lying down to have her chew. She still doesn't look all that comfortable, does she? Tail pointed to the right, and she's putting more weight on the right. So that's not surprising. Wouldn't surprise me if she actually relaxes into a right hand side. There's that little patch of fur here. This coat, it could be the lights. I don't know, but it's just interesting. Have a look at that. See how she's putting a lot of weight on the right, and this one you can see here. I'm pointing without my cursor. This here is off the ground, like she's not lying on this part of her body. Just watching how she chews. It's a bit difficult from the back. Her tail's much more relaxed now, but relaxed more into the right. From what I can see, she's chewing mostly on the left. No, she moved it over to the right then. That's good. Mhm. Interesting to get a front on view of that chewing. Nice to see her lying down though, because she's quick, isn't she? She's good at going around the stations, but she's still quite fast. I'm guessing that's how she lives life as well. Okay, let's just go back and watch that getting up again. So which leg does she get up on? I'm going to say it's the right. Oh, it's hard to say, isn't it? So she's leaning over to the left now. I'm going to say that was left. She actually got up with more weight on her left than her right that time. Walking with her hind legs pointed out. She's got quite the I've been riding horses look in the back legs there. Yeah, I think I'd like to see her at some higher stations with angles, like that licky one. She's doing it there too, all the weight on the right, not the left. Yeah, like that licky one with the orange licky mat on it, but at kind of at higher. The movement in her front right, it's kind of bowed back. She does love a step up. That can be quite calming for some dogs, and quite a lot of bully breed dogs kind of love that step up to help calm. So that's really interesting. She does like a step up. Sort of pigeon-toed at the front there as well. Again, right. Yeah, we can definitely help her with the stations being at the right height, I think, Lola. At least try and see how we go with putting stations at appropriate height and angles, and see if we can get her to stand a little bit more square and get her head off the ground a bit. I'm not even going to keep saying it. You can see it now. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? The weight distribution. She's doing a nice long session too. Well, it's not long, but 18 minutes is what we tend to see normally. See that sort of walking with her front end kind of crouched down because of her feet being so flat at the front, and that crossing over of the paws. She doesn't walk straight on. I mean, this is, I don't know what's going on for her, but this is just all information that would be great for the vet or the physio or someone to see, because it's not stuff that you see when they're at the vets. Please feel free to share this with your client. And I guess at the end of the day, to just to share with them that, this dog is uncomfortable in some parts of her body. And we know that pain causes behavior issues or problem behaviors, or just acts, gets them to act out. Can be enough to cause aggression, reactivity. I guess, pain trial might be in order. Maybe some imaging. I hate to send dogs off for general to get imaging done, because sometimes it just comes back that there's nothing there, and that doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong, because it doesn't look into soft tissue. Or wow, so interesting there. That right leg was left behind, so she definitely alternates them. I'd say with a more percentage of being her left. Hang on, which one am I thinking? Or is it her right? I'll have to have another look that she leaves the weight on. So there's lots of things that can be done for her. I mean, I guess the first thing we would do is set up stations at the right heights and angles to see how we can if we can get her to stand straight. Where's she gone? There's the turning over onto the outsides of those front feet there. So yeah, it's her left hind that I'd be probably more concerned about at this stage. But I mean, there's something going on with all four limbs for sure. And I'd say some of it was compensatory, like like I was saying before, making up for the leg that's got too tired. I just want to see her finish. I love watching finishing cues if she does them. See her front paws have got the claw, like the toes are really spread out as well. I'll send you a little diagram that I have. She tends to swivel on those front paws a lot. Can you see how just having that raised, like a raised one, something about here that was raised would give her a nice top line? I love having got these stations though that she can put her paws under if she wants, and here as well. That's awesome. So I know she's really hoovering hard into the snuffle mat, but there was a lot of movement in her throat. I wouldn't mind kind of just asking some questions around that. How does she walk? What kind of equipment do they use? Does she pull? I dare say she does. That left just kind of tipped inwards. She's starting to wind down now. She's sniffing in areas that she hasn't sniffed before, which is kind of a sign that they're not much interested in the free work anymore. Yeah, she's done. I'd take that as the end of the session. Just play it right to the very end. See, this time it was just a quick glance and walk away. What did I just see there? Sorry. That front right paw. That crossover, see across them over. Oh, yeah, to see her go over on that then. Oh, just right there, her right paw. Real knuckling under there. Yes, poor girl. She's got a few things going on for her, which I dare say would explain a lot of behaviour. This one definitely needs a vet visit. Happy to write something for you. Okay, Lola, thank you for watching that. Hopefully you watched the whole thing. It was long, I know, sorry. I just want to pick up everything to show you. Yeah, get back to me soon. Bye.